Hi guys, I'm Diola.
Hi, I'm Wumi, and we are
Lagos Big Girls on a budget. Woo!
So, guys, we're super happy to be back here on this new sizzling hot episode. First of all, we have to say that the love has been what's
Like
the word?
crazy.
Overwhelming, like proper overwhelming. Like we just didn't expect the kind of reviews that we got.
Yes, the comments, the
And
engagement.
TikTok.
I mean, okay, so this is a special
Appreciation.
yes, appreciation we can't
So-
say posts, but to our TikTok followers,
Okay,
our TikTok
shout-outs,
community,
like
yes,
proper
a shout out,
shout-outs
yes,
to-
to our TikTok community. We love you guys so much. Thank you for the
Thank
love.
you so much for the love. Like we actually got
Yeah, we went viral on TikTok. We had
period because we went from
44 followers to 12K in 3 days. You
What?
guys. We had a video that had over 1 million
that's
views,
crazy.
and the shares, the plays, and people started even reposting it.
Yeah,
yes,
and we
using
got a
the
lot of
sound.
reviews on the podcast itself and not
yes.
just that particular
Mhm.
clip.
Yeah,
And that means a lot to us. Like we love the fact that you engage with our content, and we
Yes.
love it even more when you listen to our podcast, stream our videos on YouTube and all of that. So
and
yeah,
subscribe. Yes, so thank
Love you
you
guys
so
for
much.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, today, we always bring the we always drag the draggables.
Yes, we always bring what you want to say, what you
We always
want.
say what
yes,
you want to say,
yes.
even
because
if
I feel like we're thinking our thinking.
yeah.
Yes.
We're aligning.
Yes. So today's topic, we're talking about social media and financial pressure. Dum dum. That's what you're supposed to have done.
Drum roll.
So we all know that. I'm sure that we all know, at least we that were on a budget, we all know that there's this pressure, financial pressure that comes from social media
Yeah.
and
And it's really on the rise these
yes,
days.
yes, it's a lot. I think from last year, it just became very. Oh, I mean,
I won't
much.
say last year. I would say from 2020.
Yes, true.
Because literally everybody was living on social media. There was no outside for us to go to.
Yes,
So we all had to watch what other people were doing on social media. And then there's always been social media pressure, right? Even way before 2020. I think ever since Facebook, people have been like, oh my God, this person you get. But 2020 really
it became very pronounced.
Exactly.
Yes.
So everybody's like, okay, let's what Instagram became a proper thing. Everybody started using TikTok more, and everybody started watching other people's lives more. So yeah.
So on that note, right, we would like to go dive into the topic, right? And when we were talking about this with Wumi, I was like, wait, is it our insecurity, or are we actually getting financial pressure from social media? Or is it that we're just insecure? Because I mean, if you look at it, the whole point of social media is to actually post some things, some good stuff about yourself, share
stuff that you want to
share with other people. So if I got a Benz last week and I posted it on my Instagram,
sorry to cut you, but that thing actually, don't anyway.
yes, of course.
If I get a Benz I think you should actually get a Benz.
Yeah, certainly soonest. So if I got a Benz last week, right?
Yeah.
And I posted it on my Instagram last week and all of that. And me posting it, I'm not posting it for anybody to feel some type of way. Yeah, or feel pressured or to go and say go and buy your own Benz or something like that. I'm just sharing my own good news that, oh, hi guys, I have
and that's
a
what
new
social
car.
media is
yes,
for.
I'm just sharing that. So if you're feeling some type of way about that post,
that's on you.
Is it on you? Because you cannot exactly blame me.
Okay, so when you're coming from an angle of insecurity, right?
Yes.
I think we all have insecurities.
Yes, true.
Right. So, and it's very easy for anything you see around you to fuel that insecurity, right? So for example, if I'm already feeling man, the way I'm jumping bus all the time, or you're always using cab hailing apps, and then the last cab hailing app driver that even dropped you off called you a prostitute, for example, and you're just God, what is this life? Why can't I just get a small car, you said,
Yes,
and then before you know it, one babe from your uni that you guys used to enter class together, used to use school cab together, just got a Mercedes, and I'm just More.
You're also having thoughts like, what's going on with my life?
Do you get like that's
Like,
where you start? But then that's where
mhm.
your when you were talking, you said something. I said something like, "Oh, that's on you." So
Yes.
that's where you would now come in. Like your mindset would come in,
Yes.
right? And then you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, no, I'm not going to like. I'm happy for this person,
Mhm.
right? And I hope that I get something like this soon. But
Yeah.
like, I'm going to be realistic with myself
Mhm.
and go because." To be honest, like I said, I wanted to get a small car, not a Benz,
Yes,
right? So like,
exactly.
I'm happy for you. I would like a Benz, but if I cannot get Benz realistically,
Mhm.
I'll just keep like trying to get my
Pushing
own
it.
car. Do you
Yes,
understand?
yes,
So like
exactly.
that's how like you curtail that kind of situation.
Mhm.
But then again, like how easy is it to
So it's,
actually curtail that
yes,
thought?
even so
Especially when
that's,
it's so personal. Like the
yes.
example we just gave. When it's so personal to you, like I literally just got off like a cab and the
Yes.
person just insulted me and I'm like angry that God, I
Yeah.
really need a car. And then somebody now buys a car. How do I
Like, just move. See, to be honest, if I'm giving like personal experience, like, so one thing I told me like this year, I want to go on like have a vacation this year, like
yeah, like
go
a proper
somewhere.
like
Yes, like a
vacation,
proper
yeah.
vacation, right? And like earlier this year, I was seeing like a lot of people on my Snap,
Bro,
my Instagram. Everybody
don't
was
say earlier,
just,
like this year up
people
until
were just,
now.
yes, people.
Okay, earlier it was Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became okay. It was Lebanon and Maldives, I
Yeah.
think. Then now it's Europe.
Like everybody
Everybody is
just
in
like
Europe.
going on vacation, like, and do you know, there was one time I felt really bad because I was like, this particular girl has gone on vacation like 3 times.
10 times.
Like, God, I beg, when is it going to be my
My turn.
turn and things like that. And then like I was feeling really bad. Then from that thought, I now went to the point of, God, like, what am I actually even doing with my
My
life?
life.
When will I like from that thought you just start going
Yeah,
down,
and
down,
then like
down,
by the
down,
time you
down.
are in deep, you'll not be
You're
able to
not,
come out.
yes,
And
you're not,
that's like where it gets hard.
exactly. So, but what I just did at that point, or like what just helped me, was just that I just thought back to, like, okay, I was coming from somewhere. Where I am now is what I'd prayed
For
for. Do you understand? So definitely what I want is definitely going to like it's definitely going to come.
happen,
It's going to
yes.
happen. Like, I'll just have to give it time. And as long as I'm working on myself, like, and I'm working on something, so definitely
I
it's
just
going
want
to
to even say that if you like, this is me to you personally. If you like, don't pick yourself up and tell us
farm.
whether you like it or not. You still have to save for your
Yes, now actually, fam, that's what's it. I still have to save, and I've started saving for
So
it.
like
Yes.
I feel like for me, right, as
Mhm.
much as I also try to be like gentle with myself,
Mhm.
I'm also very brutally honest with myself. If you like envy somebody from now to next year, what your envy cannot do anything to
Can't do
them. It's
anything,
better you just
fam.
focus on yourself and
Yes.
start like planning towards your goals
Mhm.
and all of that. All this, oh God, I'm sorry, I don't, I can't even dwell on it because I cannot do it. I'm not that nice with myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what, move on, like. But there's one thing that I'm working on and I've like been working on for a
Mhm.
while, like to be genuinely like happy for somebody.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I'm happy for you, like she's really enjoying the life and all of that. Like
Yes.
I'm really happy for you and
Mhm.
I tap into that
Yes.
instead of like
That's a very good energy right there.
instead of like after all the money you spent to go
Mhm.
to, let me say, Seychelles, after all the money
Mhm.
you spent to go to Seychelles, so this is the bikini you wore,
Like, oh
bikini of
yeah.
$3. I mean,
Please.
it's very easy
Yes,
to
to
be
just be
that
bitter.
person,
Yes,
right? But it's
yes.
also very easy to be like,
And
wow, you look so good.
do you know the way I see it is that, like, whenever if you don't need that kind of energy around you, because I realize that whenever you have that kind of energy,
Yes.
it's very hard for you to like focus on yourself and try to like maybe even get yourself to that
Yeah,
level,
your
because you're just focused on the like,
negative energy is so draining.
yes,
Like you feel
exactly.
like you're just 18, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's a very draining energy. Like
Yes.
before you know it, like you're too tired
Mm-hmm.
like to do things that will actually better your own life because you're busy like
And you're
hating
focused
on
on, yes,
other
other
people.
people,
Do you
exactly,
understand?
yes. And I think that for I don't even know if we should talk about recommendation now for this particular thing we just said, or we should wait
I
till.
just wanted to take us back to the question that you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's insecurity or whether it's your insecurity or you're just like sorry, if financial like pressure from social media
Yeah.
like fuels your insecurity, I feel like it does. Let's not lie.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
be
it does
realistic. It
actually.
does for you. I mean, like what we've just like everything we've just said just basically says that okay, really and truly. Oh my god. Okay, that's an inside joke. I will not
Yes.
dwell on it. But like really,
You have to say it. Just
really
say
and
it.
truly, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we used to have a like lecturer that used to say that a lot. So yeah, and it's just
It's just
okay,
coming out.
yeah. So yeah, it does, right? It's especially when it's personal. It fuels your like you feel like you remember even if you don't like dwell on that insecurity, you
Yeah.
remember that you have that insecurity, right? So
Yes.
it does. Let's be
I mean,
realistic.
basically, the person is living your own
Your
life.
like your dream, even if it's not like
your life
there's
entirely,
something that
but
you
like
want that they have,
that.
and
Yeah,
like so
exactly.
you remember your insecurity, like, but don't feel bad about it. It's normal. Like it's
Fam.
like everybody has insecurities. Let's be realistic. Everybody, no matter how. I don't want to mention the names of the
Yes.
richest people in the world, but they have insecurities, right? So yeah, and I'm sure that there are things that are pressuring them and like fueling their insecurities. So like it's normal. But then again, like I also want to say that what's the other part of it? Insecurity. Does it fuel your insecurity?
Yes.
And I also feel like okay, if you're dwelling on insecurity too much, everything will just be fueling it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So like as much as it does, you should also like not dwell on your insecurity. So like it will take like the deepest financial. Somebody has to really buy if you have a life that you want and somebody is living that life. That should be the point where your insecurity should be fueled. Not that any small thing. Somebody just bought
This,
wig.
yes.
Your insecurity has been. Are you the only one? You get it? Somebody bought your ring. Now they've bought diamond. Everything is fueling your insecurity. I feel like you should also try to work on like your mindset as well. Like also try to like I don't say repress how you feel.
No,
I think that's very, very wrong. That's a wrong. Like, don't repress it, but like also try to like work on yourself to the point where like the littlest things don't get to you. Yeah. So I think
okay,
that's
that makes sense. And also, I'll just like Wumi already said this, but I'll just say that if you're feeling insecure or maybe you're jealous about some like a particular thing, it's actually perfectly normal. Do you get? It's just how you react to or the actions you take towards that feelings that like
are valid.
Yeah, they're valid. So okay, as we're talking about this thing, right? I'm sure we've all had this thought, but I just want to ask, like, just put it out there, like. What is that line that you draw? Like, what line will you draw when it comes to like making money? Like, where will you draw the line when it comes to making money?
Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to jump over that line?
Exactly, because see, let us be honest with each other, right? We know that there's some, like, let me say, few people.
I will not say. Okay, continue.
There's
I totally disagree.
Few people on like the internet lately, like that, like. Not everybody's getting that money legitly. Do you get that one? That's there. So I don't want to say that that's how everybody's getting that money, but like there's
a percentage of people
that are not getting that money legitly. So I'm like, okay, where will you draw the line when it comes to like?
So basically, she's asking, are you willing to do something illegal
yes,
for
exactly
money?
for
just
money
because of social media pressure, just because you want to stunt on the gram.
You want
to do something illegal?
You want to carry that designer bag. You want to drive that expensive car.
If your answer is yes, give yourself a knock. Give yourself a big fat knock. Because why would you risk going to jail because of Instagram?
And it's how people forget things. Like, they'll just forget you. Like, that's just it. Oh.
Do you get... They might not, even if they don't forget you, how are they remembering you? That same social media that you're like doing something illegal for. By the time the blog starts to post you with your mug shots. How is that how you want them to be? Remember that thing is very easy. Don't think that okay, because you think you're laundering money in the corner, they will not catch, they'll catch you. And if you don't like, if care is not taken, we're gonna see your mug shots.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, the way you're seeing yourself spending the money, also be seeing your mug shots if you're planning to do something.
Because I feel like this actually like needs to be said because at this point, the way like it seems like people are just enjoying themselves left and right.
It looks like making money illegally is the norm.
Exactly. Like it's getting to the point where like people are like, maybe like, I
saw a post one time and they're like, oh, I want a drug dealer type of man. I'm just like, and then the comment was totally encouraging it. And I'm like, I'm not judging, because I am sure because it's illegal, but why are you saying, why is it the norm? Like, why has it been so
Yeah.
normalized that like you have the audacity to make a TikTok? I can't remember if it was a TikTok or like or a normal video. I can't remember. But like, it's like, oh, give me the drug dealer kind of guy that will spend. I'm just like, girl.
I think what
If I
very
was the police, I would arrest you for that mindset.
were very like focused, like this, I don't know, this era, but that's just such a Gen Z thing to say. But we're in this
Why not?
materialistic era,
Exactly.
like, so everybody's so focused on like, it's just money. I just want to have money. Like, people legit don't care how they make that money. And it brings me to this next point that, okay, if you're looking up to like, or if you're looking up to people, or people that you're like, you're looking at their lives rather, and you're like, okay, you want something
This
like
life,
that,
yeah.
you also have to put into consideration and like, okay, is this person getting that money legitly, or is this person like, because there's something, or maybe not, like, or how is this person making their money? Because you have to think about that, because if you want a particular lifestyle, like you want maybe this person's lifestyle, if you're not making, like,
are you willing to do
are
what
you
they're doing for
willing
money?
to do what they're doing for money? That's it. Because if you're not willing to like do what they're doing, you should know that if you're going through your own route, it will definitely,
and there's something, and I get
it will take you longer, or maybe
Exactly.
not as long, but it will not be as
longer,
quick as what they're doing to get to that.
Yeah, and there's something that I've noticed, right?
Yes.
People are not truthful. Like,
Yes,
with them.
now.
You're not honest with yourself. You want to live this life, right?
Yes.
This life that you're saying, oh, okay, for example, now you want to be able to afford 6 vacations in a year. Ask yourself, what kind of
job
will you be doing?
that you'll be making that much money?
Do you understand?
I was telling Wumi that people, I'm so sorry, but people in this Lagos are spending money like their $10. Yes, that's how people in this Lagos are spending money. And let us call a spade a spade. Like, what job are you guys doing? How much? I'm not saying that people that are not making legit. Like, people are not making tons of money.
There are people that are actually making legal money, but they're just in debt.
Yeah, okay, maybe
they're just owing money. So the person you're looking, they might be doing proper, like,
but maybe they're taking loans to sustain that lifestyle.
And taking loans is such an underrated.
That's so ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous, right? Because people have like
taking loans to fund your lifestyle is what is ridiculous.
Certain lifestyle is extremely ridiculous to me. Because why?
Like, it makes no sense. And people are legit doing this thing.
I don't get it.
And that's what brings us to our topic. And it's because of, you just want to feel validated by social media. And that's like, people don't really care.
All the people that we've mentioned now that we said, oh, okay, this person had this. I'm pretty sure Diola has forgotten about the babe that went until now that she had to talk about it. She forgot it for so many months.
Yes.
And I'm sure after this conversation now, she'll forget it again till maybe, she's finally paying for her flight ticket. And she's like, oh, it's true. Maybe I should text her and ask her how she booked her flight. Do you understand? She has forgotten. This is not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's not like, I get that. Honestly, see, I get wanting to live like a certain lifestyle. Like, to be honest, like, that's literally why we're here. I promise you, like, we totally get it. But I just feel like there's just a particular line that would just not cross because of, like, I want to, like, have designer stuff. I want to do, like, I'm just not going to cross that line.
I'm very, very, like, I have this, like, I think we both have it, right? Sometimes there's some things that I see people buy.
Yeah.
I see people, I don't want to, like, say, okay, you're not up to this level where you should be buying this thing.
Yeah.
But if I see a babe in 300 level,
yes,
you are in uni, normal, you're not, let's say you're in a private, normal uni, and all you have to, like, the only places you're going to rather is class. Maybe sometimes when you're out of school, you go to parties and maybe you go on dates.
Yeah.
Why are you buying a bag of $40,000? Why? If like that's not like how you were brought up, like why are you so desperate to buy advertisements?
And that's it. Social media validation. That's what it
doesn't
is.
make
You
any
just want to
sense.
get validated
If you buy
on social media.
a regular bag, if you buy a bag, let's even say, okay, you have expensive taste. If you buy a bag of like 50 to 100, will you die?
No,
in fact, if you buy a bag of 15K, will you die?
It's not enough. It's not
why
enough.
must you spend? Like, it's ridiculous. Why are you looking for like $20K, but it doesn't make any sense.
And what you're saying, right, relates to I don't know if you relate to it, but like you remember this time that we were having a conversation and we're like that. Have you noticed that like the people that always having a car is actually something to
It's a
you be
necessity.
like you'll be genuinely happy if
Yeah.
you buy yourself a car now, you'll be like, oh my god, I just got a car.
Yeah.
You'll be so excited. And but I was like, have you noticed that most of the people that
Car will be liability.
people that post their cars online, the people that actually like get like really expensive cars.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, is it that like nobody's buying Corolla? But when you come out Lagos traffic on Third Mainland Bridge,
Like,
everybody's
those
driving
designer-
Corolla, everybody's driving
those
Camry.
exotic cars,
Yes.
rather. You will see like 5 from your house to your place of work.
And I'm like, is it? Do you know? Is it that like if I get a Corolla or if I get a Camry right now, Jonathan? Let me be honest, like if I get a Camry right now, I'll feel some type of way posting that on my socials, like on my social
will
media.
not though.
That maybe I
will
want to post it
not.
because, and it's not a good thing, but I'm being honest, like because you know that like people that always post that car, they're always posting car of like 30 million, like things like that, like and you just want to you just got one smoke and you want to
My
post
dear,
that, and like that's
you know
some
these
of the
small
issues.
small car alien. There's one Suzuki.
Yeah,
all
that's
these cars.
Suzuki. God.
If I buy that car, I'm gonna post it.
Oh God,
I'm gonna
screaming.
and I will be doing snap in that car every morning. Like I will be happy because like I finally have my own like.
Yes, sure.
I'm finally mobile, like, and I can. It's like I'm sorry. I remember this is like the office reference. Was it the office? No, I think it was Mindy's project. So apparently, he could not get his driver license because
Yes.
apparently he couldn't pass the test. You know, it's like the tests are a
Yes.
big deal abroad. So, so when he finally got the driving license, it was like, I can finally see the world with my own eyes. So like that's how like getting a car is for me. So I don't care what car I get as long as it's cute. I like it. If you like, kill yourself because I did not buy Benz.
Yeah,
I'm gonna love my car.
That's how it's
So
supposed to be.
exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be. And besides, do you even think we should be? I mean, deaf. You can't. Oh God, I swear, I'm such a Gen Z. Not me saying deaf.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
You can like post your things on social media, but sometimes I feel like we're crossing that line where like everything is on social media, and I think because everybody like you're posting everything, that's why sometimes it's fueling some of these insecurities. Do you get? Because like if it's not like
there are just some things I should not be seeing as a stranger following you.
Yeah, like I don't
should not be
think
seeing some
like
things.
like why do I know this?
Do you get? I know.
Do you know there's
too
some
much.
posts that I see on social media and I'm like, why do I need to see this? Or why do I need to be informed about this?
I just feel like I know too much about you and it's annoying.
Yes,
but I
like
still check it. Sha, 'cause I
well,
like
obviously,
having
yes.
So
It's
yeah,
for
and another
gist.
thing I wanted to like ask, or one thing we wanted to ask is, do you actually derive fulfillment
yes.
from
From
like
these
posting
things,
from
yeah.
like eventually like succumbing to the financial pressure? Do you like when you finally you've gone through the
Let's say you took a loan to get
exactly to buy a Benz now. After you
yes.
posted the Benz, how do you feel?
Okay, now that's
Now that
it.
you've posted the Benz,
Okay.
what has happened?
It depends. If my post goes viral, I'll be so
God.
excited. Yes.
So after it has gone viral, let's say
Okay.
for example, you now it's different for you. You're a
Okay.
content creator,
Yeah.
right? You will bring more traffic to your page, and then you will now carry it and post.
Maybe I shall
you will
actually
now
think
carry
of taking loans.
carry it and post 2 million profile visits. Come and do your ads.
Yes,
That's a
now.
different thing. But for like somebody that is not a content creator, like a regular, there are some big girls, Lagos big girls that they're not content creators. They just have
big
followers.
girls,
They're not. If you tell them, oh, come and wear my brand this thing, and they will not wear it. They will say no, I don't do it. How much do you want to pay me? I'm not even interested. They will not wear it. But they're just posting because they want to flaunt for the gram. I don't know, maybe there's another thing they're looking for.
Yeah.
But for me, you're not doing any business.
Yes.
You're just posting your lifestyle. So now that babe now, or one of those babes, now let's say she takes a loan to buy a Benz, right? After she posts that Benz, what next? Everybody will talk about it.
And after that,
give them 3 days max.
Okay, you trend and do that. Then you now have to start. But okay, if I'm being honest, I don't think there's any like fulfillment that comes with it. And the reason why I would say that is because like whatever you got, was that thing like something you
Actually
actually wanted,
wanted,
or
yeah.
you were just like,
Okay.
it's just something that you feel like, okay, you should just get, because
Mm.
for instance, now let's say like I buy iPhone 14 Pro Max, and like I've been obsessed with it ever since Apple
No, the
like
color is
posted,
so
yeah, the
pretty. Oh
color,
my
everything,
god,
and
the
blah blah blah.
camera, this, that. If you buy it, even if you don't post it, you'll be happy.
Yes, like if exactly, like I'll be happy because like,
You've
okay,
always
this, I've
wanted
always
it.
wanted it. But I think it's a different thing if I buy that thing because of I was pressured to buy
Or
it, or
because I
because I
want
felt
people
like I
to
have
feel
to buy
like,
it to
show people
maintain
that
a
I have
certain lifestyle.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then that would be a different case, because like I don't think that's going
I
to.
think for me, let me just be the devil's advocate.
Oh God.
I think for example, yeah, let's say you ask somebody, or maybe you like, maybe somebody insinuates that you can't afford something.
Yeah.
Me, I'm very petty. If you
Okay.
insinuate that I cannot afford something, and I eventually decide to buy that thing, I will post it for you to see that, hey, I can afford
You
it.
can afford
So
it.
I get that. Me, I get it. I know it's a very ridiculous thing, right? It still doesn't make sense, because why are you trying to prove like to somebody that you should not
Yes.
even care about? Because why is the person even insinuating that you cannot afford something? But it's a lie. I will pepper you, because how dare you say I cannot afford it? I can buy it.
Period. I want it. I got it. I want it.
Purr.
I got it.
I'm joking. I cannot buy it.
Oh God, Wumi, see, I'm sorry, but let me just public service announcement. We're going to be kicking Wumi off this podcast because she's not a big girl on a budget. She's not. She does not have a budget, so we're going to be
If
kicking
you
her off.
believe that you're
Like,
gullible,
but
cause look at me. Do I look like I can afford it? Can't afford it though.
okay, don't let us.
But yeah, like I was just trying to like, I guess that like sometimes, let's like, we're not perfect people. Sometimes you can
Yes.
decide to be petty about something and just be like, you know what, this is what I'm going to buy. But like, it's not every time. Maybe like once in 5 years, to be honest. Like, just for like your pettiness, because you're a human being at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? You cannot always be doing everything perfectly and all of that.
Yes.
The same way, like sometimes you like splurge on something,
Yes.
even though you might not need it, right? It's the same way you can decide to just be petty and be like, let me show off and all of that.
Yes.
But
Showing off.
let
Yeah.
that not be your lifestyle. Like let that not be your life, and let it not be that, okay, you are now, because you're doing it once in a while, it has now become like who you are. You're now
Yeah.
starting to get why people are like being ridiculous. That, and I'm not saying don't go and take loans because you want to stunt on somebody. You're on your own. I will, if I get the job, I'll help them call you that, sister.
You've not paid.
You've not paid him. I will even come to your house, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Right.
I think the whole point of this conversation, at least for me, is that because we're so like consumed like with this old social media, like what people are posting, what people
Yeah.
are doing, I feel like it doesn't allow us to celebrate like some of like the things you're doing. Like you don't see, and that's why I feel like where this topic relates to me,
Yeah.
this is where it relates to me,
Yeah.
right? Because I've done some things, like I've done some things recently that I've not really seen. That like I've not. It's not as if I don't see it as a big deal, but I've not like thought about it like, wow,
Basked
Diola,
in the fact
yes,
that you
guy,
achieved, that you did
yes, you
that.
just did this, like, and it's because I'm like, compared to what other people like I've
Or
done,
have
or
showed
yes,
us.
or they've showed me, like, this is not a big deal. Do you understand? And because of that, like I feel like I'm not like
You're not
celebrating,
celebrating
yes,
your
my wins,
wins.
even the
Yeah.
small ones. Like I'm not celebrating it, and that's where I feel like this topic is important, because
Yeah.
sometimes you might feel like you're not doing you're not doing
enough.
enough, or you're not like moving at the pace that you think you'd want to. And sometimes I'm like, girl, you're doing enough.
You're doing fine.
You're doing more than fine.
Exactly.
But because of what, maybe the content you're consuming, the people you're following, I'm not saying you should not dream big. Like definitely dream big. But I think because of like what we see sometimes, like you set the bar this high, that even when you do something here, you're like, no, that's not.
Well, for me, Sha, I think I said this like when we were talking earlier. I said that like, for you to recognize your little wins and like celebrate them,
Yes.
you have to come from a place of like romanticizing your life, right? So that by the time you do, like, if like any little thing, you're matching it to be like a big thing,
Yes.
you get to celebrate your little wins. So basically, the concept of romanticizing your life is like making everything feel like a big deal. That's what it is.
Okay.
So as well, like for example, when we got like into the studio today and they were like, oh, our podcast this, like
Yeah.
we're really, really excited
Excited,
that
yeah.
like that's us romanticizing. Like even though we could have decided to say, oh, okay, it's just how many followers do we have? Okay, sorry, I can't even say that anymore because we have a lot of followers.
Period.
But
Don't
like
speak
let me
to
say
us.
how many subscribers. People should subscribe to our YouTube. How many subscribers do we have on YouTube? Bro? Let's just record and be going. Like that's like a terrible energy to bring
Yes.
in, and that's going to affect. It will affect your day. It will affect how you feel about the podcast. It will affect how I feel about the podcast. It will affect how I feel about my life. At the end of the day, by the time I continue with that attitude, with everything or almost everything in my life, like if I'm waiting for something grand to happen before I feel happy,
Yes.
do you understand? I will not be able to like celebrate my little wins.
Exactly.
So you have to romanticize your life. If you just got earrings of 500 naira, these earrings are so pretty. You start thinking about you style the earrings. These earrings. I will not stop thinking about it because wow, like this shiny, pretty gold earring. Even though it's still, I be what they call those, those earrings. Even though it's just 500 naira, you've like made it seem like a big. So if you now see earring on the internet, you're like, oh, it's true. If you see somebody wearing earring and the person also wear a black dress, you're like, black dress with my fine earring.
Earring,
You get like so that way like. I'm not saying that it's going to totally curb you being pressured, but like it will literally like it will go a long way, and then that way like if you are celebrating on 9 imagine you now actually buy like 200k like
it would
like,
even
diamond like that way you're like you will now celebrate that win. Do you understand?
And I even think that doing that it makes you like appreciate yourself more and also lets you see that you're making progress. So there's this thing I've been doing with our Instagram page, right? Like when we had 100 followers, I was like, thank you for 100 followers. We had 200, thank you for 200. Thank you for 300. And because I was doing
unlike
that,
what you would do on your
normally,
page, you'd be waiting for 1,000. If I wait for 10,000 followers
on my page now,
it.
what I do is that I have to like if I move, I don't even celebrate when I enter like 1,000 like extra followers.
Thank you or 5k.
Yeah, like let's say if I was on 50k before, once I enter 60k, I'll be like, oh, thank you for 60k.
Which should
not be the case. Like I should be able to see that because now what I'm doing with this like with our Instagram, I was able to see that we're actually growing.
Yes.
And that like that feeling is so great. The fact that you're not just in one particular position.
The next podcast and they have like 50 million followers. You're just like, well, we're growing as well.
We're going
like,
to get there
celebrate
soon.
as well. So
Yes.
I feel like I cannot emphasize rather romanticizing your life.
Yes.
It's hard for me to do because I'm not very like I don't know the kind of person I am when I'm alone is very different from like the kind of person that I am like on the outside, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not very like jovial. I think I just sleep and then do whatever work I have to do and all of that. But like I'm making a conscious effort to actually like, I gave Diola an example. The other day, okay, so I mentioned that I run a brand, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't mention the name of my brand. The name of my brand is W Taylor Collections. We make affordable women's wear, and it's totally like everything is made in Nigeria, right? So and everything is really pretty. Check out at W Taylor Collections. Taylor is spelled Taylor. Not me giving myself a shout out.
Yes, that's it should be.
So I was saying that like sometimes there are days where I get maybe just 2 orders. 3 orders. And there are days where like for example we're running a sales, I can get like 30 orders in a day. Do you understand? And I see brands that like they'll be showing like waiting lists of 2k like orders in hours. And I'm like, but what I do, right? At least like because I really really care about my brand, so like I don't let like whatever like nonsense feeling is like brewing in my head. I don't let it get to like my brand, right?
Yes.
So I think I'm intentional about that part of my life, thankfully. So it's like so what I do is I will actually open that spreadsheet. I will actually create that spreadsheet and fill in the 3. I will now create the way I'll make. I will now like really pay attention to, even if it's one order, really pay attention to that one order. I put the person's name, their address. If they have any specific like if they want me to make the skirt a little longer, I'll be like, oh, please don't forget to, that type of thing. So even if it's just 2 orders I'm doing that for, like, I feel like, okay, now I've sorted out my orders for the day. Do you understand? Like, so I'm like, that is a way to romanticize. That's an example.
Yeah.
I think as a content creator, you can just do content calendar. Okay, this is how I want to post. This is how I'm going to create my content. Do you understand? So that way, like, you also feel like, okay, you're doing something good with your life. So that by the time, you finally get that big like brand that like comes like reaches out to you that I want you to create content, you're like okay, so today it's kind of like journaling, right? For like that aspect. I'm not saying everybody should. I don't journal, right? But I'm just saying journaling is another way to also romanticize your life,
Yes, keep track of
what's happening with you. And I feel like generally, Shami, I just love that. I feel like everybody can also like. I think I can also research more because I feel like it's something that we all like neglect. To be
Yes.
honest, right?
And yeah, because like when you do those things, it's just you being conscious and intentional. When you
Yeah.
do those things, you will start to realize that like most of what we see on social media won't get to us
Yeah.
as much as they do currently. Yes,
Yeah.
you just have to say that, okay, if you see somebody like driving a car that or living a particular lifestyle, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's good for her. I'm going to get there soon. Do you get
Yeah.
like that kind of positive energy and vibe? Like that's what you're just going
Basically,
to have.
focus on yourself.
Yes,
Mind your
like
business. Sometimes don't scroll too much. Sometimes take social media breaks. It's not every
yes.
day. What are you doing there? Even I know
Oh,
in your mind you're thinking I'm a content creator. As a content, you need to. I take break. Maybe not like full on breaks, but
yes.
like even if sometimes some people, your screen time is 13 hours. What are you doing for 13 hours on the internet?
Please, why are you coming for me? I feel
Except
like
you're
you're coming for
watching
me.
like movies or something on your phone. What are you doing for 13 hours on your? Put your phone down.
And do you know, you were saying something and I just remembered something. You know, although we already spoke about some people on social media, like they're
Yeah.
not getting that money like in the right way and things like that. And like I want to say that you guys, we need to understand that social media usually just shows the result of things.
Yeah, it's always the good
Is the
side.
results
I
like
will
yeah,
never post to others. You will not see
like
it on
obviously.
my Instagram. But the day I have 35 others, you're gonna see me scrolling on my Mac.
Yes,
And
now.
when I was using one old HP, I did not post it till I got a Mac. So that's something that you need to understand. So you too, as a person, you know that you're not going to post yamayama on the internet. Think
Yes.
about it. People,
That's how,
everybody has
yes,
yamayama in their life.
exactly. I think that's one thing that we all like seem to
I totally
forget.
agree with that.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's so
I feel like
valid.
sometimes some of these people that are doing vacation here and there, sis, you don't know how long they've
They've been
saved
saving for it.
for. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe someone that got one designer bag, you don't know how long she has probably
Do you know
saved to
how?
get that
Do you
thing.
know
Do
all
you
the
get?
things like people? A lot of things go into like planning
Yeah,
stuff. Oh, like
exactly. And
people
I feel like we
actually
don't
plan
see
for.
that part.
They will not post it. They'll
You
be posting. Oh, I saved 10K today.
Yeah, like
Nobody will do
you
that
won't say that
now.
part. So what we'll just see is at the end of the day, the girl will just like post her unboxing of the said designer bag. So
Yeah.
and you somewhere you'll not be feeling like,
Why can't
oh
I?
Jesus, why
Thinking
can't
that
I?
she
Not
just
knowing
thought
that she
about
has
it this
saved
morning.
since last year
Yeah.
before she got it. Like so there's also that side. And I think that we should like
Be
if you
very very
yes
aware
very
of that.
aware of that one too,
Yes.
yes, because even myself I do that sometimes. Like if I'm posting something I'm sorry.
Everything, everything is
Although
about
I
it's
try to
aesthetics these days. Everything has to be
although I
aesthetically
try to show
pleasing.
like the other side, like the not so like great side of my life on social media, but I promise you majorly we're also going to show like the
Yeah.
perfect side and the great side of social media. So if you're feeling pressured on social media, just know that people are only showing the
The
good
good
parts.
side,
Like
yeah.
nobody is showing like the struggles and all of those things. Well, we rarely show that. Although I like the trends that have been coming up lately where people
Yeah.
actually show the struggles and all of that, but
Yeah,
we
they
rarely
aren't the
do that. So
same.
just know that
Even sometimes they even romanticize. They no
yes.
they make the struggle look aesthetically pleasing. Because
So
tell me why
just
you said that this is how you started and how you started is still fine. You lie. You're lying.
it's worse than that.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah. So I feel like
exhausted. Like
yeah.
we've said a lot of things. We
Yeah.
digressed. We came back. We just.
Totally.
Umi, do you have
So
any advice? Because I feel like
I feel like
me,
I've
I'm
already
always getting
said.
pressured. Maybe you should recap. I'm always
I feel
getting
like I've
pressured.
already said like what I feel like should be the best would be the best thing for you to do. I
Yeah.
think it would be like we said, romanticizing your life, being self-aware,
Yeah.
realizing that you yourself you are special, right? And also like don't how do I put this? Try to do things for yourself as well,
Yeah.
so that you feel like you know that like I'm also doing something. You don't
Yeah.
feel totally bad, right? If you get
Yeah.
money, plan, do this, pay your rent, do that, and but also buy yourself something nice. So you're like, don't I deserve something? So that you don't feel like, so don't I deserve something nice? So like,
Yes.
romanticize your life, do cute things for yourself, go on solo dates or go on dates with your friends, do stuff that you actually enjoy, buy stuff
Yeah.
for yourself. If you cannot afford, buy the dupe. I said it. If you cannot afford the bag, buy the dupe. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
Nobody's
know.
gonna know. Even if they know,
How will they know? Dum dum.
see, style is not. Let me tell you, style. Having style is not by how many designer bags you buy. It's by the aura, the way you carry, the confidence. So if you
Period.
don't let somebody's. I don't want to mention a
Yes.
brand, but like, don't let somebody's bag or somebody's like
Mm-hmm.
20K designer bag get to you. Go and buy your bag. Buy the dupe. Go to Eco.
You'll find it there
You find it there, and if you
for
don't find
cheap.
the exact one, buy other fine bags. Style
Yes.
yourself. You look good. See,
This life, I
it's not
think,
that
is
hard.
it's perspective,
Do you
like how you
understand?
see
Like, it's how you see.
everything.
So, like,
Yes.
that's how I feel. Do you have any advice for us?
Okay,
Seeing
for
as
me,
it's very personal.
yes, it's very personal to me. So I think for me, what I would number one, like, pay attention to the type of content that I consume.
Yeah,
Because sometimes when
totally.
I see that, okay, I'm like when I say that, I'm like, what's the word?
Consumed in
Yes,
like a
well, so I
particular.
try to like stay off like things like
Yeah.
that, right? And then go to like other stuff. So like pay attention to the type of content you
How
consume.
to change your algorithms? Keep saying what you want to be saying. Since
Yeah,
they
what
listen to us
yes,
now.
what you want to say, just say it, or don't interact with like some things
Yeah.
that you see. So
Exactly.
that's one thing. Like another thing is that just realize that like people are not showing like the behind the scenes, like people are not showing the behind the scenes, and just the way you're struggling. I promise you, you're not the only one in this world that
Yeah.
is struggling. Do you
But
understand?
plenty.
Yes, like the way you're struggling, that's how every other person is, or that's how some people are, or some of us are. So just know that and have peace, right?
Yeah.
And one thing Mumi said, so I'm just going to reiterate, like,
Yeah.
buy things for yourself, make yourself feel good. I think that's something I need to like, okay, although I
Inculcate.
do it, but I feel like I do it because of work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you just buy things for yourself randomly, you feel good, and you also feel like, okay, you're also
feel
like,
special.
yes, you're doing stuff in your life too,
Yeah.
and celebrate your small wins, like,
Yeah.
because with that you can see that you're improving and you have like you're growing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the most
When you
important
like,
thing.
when, for example, if you're a business owner, when you get like, maybe you've gotten like 10 orders this week and last week you got like 6, you can actually go to the movies and like celebrate
Yes,
that.
exactly. Yes. So, and that's how like and I'm using like, I think personally I've been using like Lagos Big Girls on a Budget like Instagram page and like our social media
Also,
stuff to
that's what you're
celebrate.
using. Please,
Yeah, I've been using that
director, are
to
you hearing that?
I've been using that to like help
She's using us.
myself, because no, like
Yeah, I
actually,
get you.
like when we had 50 subscribers on YouTube, like I was genuinely happy. I was like, oh my god, we have 50 subscribers.
That's 50
Now we
human
yes,
beings.
now we have 100, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Please take
And I
us to
know
1K.
yes, and I know
I know
that
you
that
can.
number is small, but like I'm
It's not.
like that's 100 people, and I'm like
Yeah,
very
if 100
happy.
people stood
Like
here today and
yes,
say, okay, I want to be listening to what you have to say. I mean, that's
that's like
overwhelming.
yes, that's like a big deal, and I think we
Yeah.
just need to think in that like
Direction.
positive like
Yeah.
line.
So we've come to the end of this.
Wait, we always forget to say this, and I don't know. We always say things that people always drag us for. But anyhow, PS, please
Don't quote us.
don't quote anything we've said.
Do not.
We did not give
say
any
it. I
advice
didn't
here
say
today.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no
So
advice. If you like, listen. If you like, don't. But I didn't say it. So yeah. Finally, I'm just gonna be saying, please. Should I need that? Okay, let me not need that.
no, Johnny
I'm a big
Dan.
girl at the end
Yes,
of the day.
exactly.
Just on the budget. Please subscribe to our YouTube at Lagos Big Girls on a Budget. Please listen to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, Anchor, on Google Podcasts.
Yes,
Everywhere you listen to your podcast, we're there as Lagos Big Girls on a Budget. Follow us on Instagram at Lagos Big Girls on a Budget. Follow us on TikTok,
Lagos Big Girls on a
Lagos Big Girls on
budget.
a Budget. And yeah, and also please always leave reviews.
Yes.
Like it keeps us going. So like tell us what you think. If you have any comments, please be free. You can do it in our comment section. You can comment it on YouTube. You can DM us
Yes.
on Lagos Big Girls on a Budget, and we would definitely be like on the lookout for that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
This was such a very nice body. So
yeah,
like,
I really
I feel so much
enjoyed
better.
like
Yes.
discussing this.
To that girl that
I
is
hope-
always posting vacation on us.
please, girl,
on our
enjoy your
Snapchat.
vacation. Don't mind this one. All right, so we'll see you next
Bye.
time. Bye.